ECR, F1 still, and GRA. GRA are going to be one car down, so already on the back foot. So they're going to have to see if they can get higher up the order to get more points, more of the big points. Remember, it's the same F1 points format: 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1, with 1 point for the fast lap if you're in the top 10. Everyone on their strategy screens, everyone in their multiplayer car liveries in the pit lane, and we'll get to see them all on track in their glory. Only one driver not in here at the moment, which is Websy. So he may have joined the session, but he hasn't taken over a multiplayer car yet. So dipped on if you want to let him know. Obviously, if he needs another invite, happy to send him another one. But there is II Awakens, part of ECR. Will be the first driver to set a lap, and then second on track looks to be Rapid in another ECR car, and then comes Cameron Wynn for F1 still. He goes for F1 still. He'll be the third driver to set a lap. We'll have a look at GRA's car when one of them comes out of the pit lane as well. All of them still in the pit lane at the moment. But coming for the first flying lap of the session will be II Awakens for ECR. Running the number 42 on the side. And down towards turn 4 and onto the DRS straight we go for the very first time DRS open down this straight. And looks like Websy's managed to join. It won't be in the right livery, but at least he is here. Webb is now in a car, so he's currently P8 in the pit lane. He'll be the white car, but he is still part of GRA. So that will be where he finishes as well. So don't you worry, BXTN and Dipdon, his points will still count. He's just in a slightly different livery, as once you join the session, don't think you can choose what livery you go into. It's just going to be your first multiplayer car livery, I believe. So he must have a white car as his first one, and then GRA a little bit further down, which is unfortunate. Won't get to see that, but Awakens coming towards the end of his first flying lap, the first flying lap of the session as well, through the final corner and up to the line at 36.4. That is the benchmark. Rapid will be second to cross the line, so we're right on board with the number 2 car of Rapid. Yellow flag in sector 3, as that looks like an F1 steel car is off to the left hand side, and a GRA car spinning as Rapid now goes to the top by half a tenth over Awakens. Carroll looks to have invalidated. He's the first F1 steel car to come up to the line. It's going to be Max DM30. Up to the line, it's going to be P3 with a 39.8. Speed goes P3 at 1.3 seconds off the top. And Toby goes P4, who will be next to set a lap. So Karen is now just starting another lap. That is the GRA car. A very nice purple with some orangey gold on the side of it. Who's that F1 steel car coming into the final corner? It's gonna be Smith. He looks like he invalidated just as he came around that penultimate corner. Couldn't quite get to the pit entrance as well. That's unfortunate for Smithy. He'll have to go round again and see what he can do on that other side, as a couple of cars on their flying lap coming up to some traffic as well. Mad Benny Boy will be the first of those to then cross the start finish line again. That hasn't set a lap yet. 36.4 is the lap they need to chase after, set by Rapid. 36.4 again by Awakens, 37.7 by Speed, 37.7 by Toby, and then a 39.8 by Mac DM. So only 5 lap times set at the moment, and it looks like he's invalidated, so he has pulled to the side and out of the way of those. Karen will be the next to finish their flying lap, and then it will be BRT Jacob right behind Karen coming up to the final corner. Looks to be almost out of ERS. He is down to 10. Oh, goes extortionately wide at the final corner, just manages to get there as BRT Jacob gets himself into P3 with a 36.9. Bad Benny Boy coming to start his first flying lap to try and keep it valid and get one on the board. Smithy has invalidated his lap as well. So it'll be Mad Benny Boy, which will be first driver to next finish their flying lap time that hasn't set one yet. I wonder if there'll be any toes given between the teams here. 4 cars for each team. Forgot to say it's a roster of 6 cars for each team, for each lead. 4 main, 2 reserve. So for every event there should be 4 drivers for each team. So 4 cars of the same livery racing about on each track. And with that, and we've got a little bit of free time, we'll tell you the event details in the format. So this round 1 is just going to be a short quali 50%. If they get through this session, they do another short quali 50%, but they also do a sprint as well, and that will be at the Brazil track at 8 PM GMT, which will happen tomorrow. If they are last in their respective groups, they will be eliminated, but they still get another chance as they head to Spa at 6 PM in Belgium, which will be a one-shot 25% race, and the lowest person of that will be the first team eliminated from the session from the championship, and will finish in 6th place. If we get through both of those on the 4th of January, 2 days time on Wednesday, they'll be heading to Abu Dhabi if they remain in the competition. That will be at 8 PM, which will be the 2 remaining leads from the Brazil, and they'll face off in a one-shot 25% race. However, the one-shot could determine the starting grid for that race, because it could be a reversed quali. A reversed quali grid if it's possible to do so. If not, we'll just go into it with a 25% race, which will make it very interesting at Abu Dhabi. Lots of places to overtake, but also that slow set to 3 if you're stuck behind a slow car. But if you're eliminated, you still race on the 4th of January, but it'll be at Imola, and the remaining eliminated lead from round 2, plus the 2 eliminated leads from Brazil. They'll race 2 races, and 1 lead will be eliminated in each, the first being a random grid order 25% race, so there'll be no qualifying there. And if 3 good teams that make it through there, their finishing order will then be flipped, and they'll have a 5 lap up from the previous race. So you'll need to be thinking ahead in that one in order to finish in P3. And that will be that battle. So even if you get eliminated in this round, you could still get a chance at P3. So don't you worry about that. But the top 2 need to make it through this round to be in with a chance of being P1 or P2. We're now halfway through this qualifying session, as Ducati puts their GRA car into P6. Websy also in GRA in that standard livery up to P7, just behind his teammate Ducati. And coming around the final corner up to the line, who is that Rapid just starting his lap. Speed rounds the final corner to start another lap for himself as well. Jacob on and out there. We'll have a look, see who that first car is. That first car is Ducati, but it's got an ECR car behind of II Awakens, who is slightly up on their time in sector 2 through the very tight section of the track, through the bridge section and round to the hairpin. Try not to go too deep, try not to hit the wall on the outside, but maximising the track limits as DRS opens wide down towards heavy braking zone and the right hand turn. Try not to run wide on that track limit as well. And now we're into the technical part of sector 3. It's a right, it's a left, it's then another left through the tunnel. Right here, the tightest part of the track almost. Then a double right into a final left of the final chicane. And then it's a double apex final corner. You've got to hit the first one. Try not to run too wide on the exit. Forget the second. Use the maximum amount of the track instead of improving by 10 with a 36.3 by II Awakens. Who's that? Car there. It's Matt DM just going on to another lap. And Karen, who has just spun at the final corner. He's got to hope that he doesn't get in the way of anyone that's still driving about. And Rapid goes even faster with a 36 flat. Who's that now coming around the final corner? It's going to be Speed to try and improve. Does improve by 4 tenths. Can't improve his position though on the grid. Currently P4. Jacob in the middle of the ECR drivers. We'll see if BXTN can get a lap time on the board. Rapid gets a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Karen. I'm not quite sure where that was, which means he'll start from P6 at the maximum. So he'll have to try and make his way through the pack. That might have been coming into the pit lane actually. And BXTN manages to get himself into P5. So currently ECR, ECR, GRA, ECR, GRA, ECR, GRA. And it's F1 still, GRA, and then final 3 F1 still. Smithy will be the first person to start their flying lap. And through turn 4 he goes all the way up to the wall. DRS open, he is going to get a slipstream from one of his teammates. I did think this may happen. He pulls off to the left hand side. And Smithy comes through to try and start his lap, going a little bit wide with a snap of oversteer, manages to keep it just about valid. And people now really starting to start their final flying laps. Smithy will be the first one though, and he hasn't set a lap time yet, so all the pressure is on this one lap to try and keep it valid, try and keep it quick, see if he can get into the mixer. And Smithy manages to get himself into P10. There's a couple of cars that didn't make it to the line. I think all of F1 still is now out of this qualifying session. Speed is going to be the next person to cross the line. Currently 2 tenths up on his time, a little bit more. And he could get P3 away from BRT Jacob. And round in the final 2 corners, fresh set of tyres, track improvements up to the line. He isn't going to get P3 by 0.02 of a second. Who's the next person to cross the line? It's going to be Ducati up to the line. He manages to get P6 away from Tabini. Karen Wynn can't get higher than he already is. Websy 1 second up on his time. He might get into P9. Where's he going to get? He's going to get P8. And then coming across the line to Tabini gets P5. Jacob, can he improve? Yeah, I think he got P2. Rapid gets pole, but he got 5 plays to a penalty, which means BRT Jacob will get pole ahead of the Singapore Grand Prix. Awakens in P3, Speed in P4, but they will all move up 1 position. So it'll be Jacob from Awakens, from Speed from Toby, from BXTN from Rapid, from Ducati, Websy, Mad Benny Boy, Match DM, Smithy, and Karen Wynn rounding off the grid. ECR, all 4 cars in the top 5. F1 still, all 4 cars in the bottom 4. Jacob will look to see if he can carry GRA, but F1 still there. As everyone loads up, gets ready for the 5 red lights as they all go on. And they all go out. And who gets a good start? As it was a very much a delayed start from my point of view. Down towards turn 1 we go. Jacob holds the lead ahead of all of the ECR cars. Toby gets a little bit thrown out of bounds there. Ducati around the outside. And Speed gets past Awakens as well off the start. It's all hold firm. As there's another move for BXTN trying to get past Ducati as well. 2 GRA cars going side by side, but towards the end of the first sector, Jacob holds firm, and there is a spinner at the back of Websy for GRA. Safety car is on, but it is on reduced, so don't expect too many safety cars happening at this point. Rapid already up to P4 after starting in P6. He was on pole position, don't forget. But Jacob currently pulling away on those medium tyres. They will be good for the first laps. But can he then hold on to that advantage as we head further on through the session? Awakens gets back past Speed again with ECR car switch up at the top. So now it's the top 3 as you were. Rapid getting past 2 cars. And Toby and BXTN just dropping down 1. Ducati slotting into P7 ahead of the F1 still cars of Benny Boy, who's just tapped the wall. Smithy just behind as well. And then Matt DM and Karen behind. I wonder if there's any damage to Matt Benny Boy. No, it doesn't look to be anything visual. And then Websy needs to try and catch up to the back of the pack. Jacob with the fast lap because he's in P1, 2.5 second advantage over Awakens at the moment. Rapid in P3 Speed ahead of Toby, BXTN, Ducati, Matt Benny, Smithy, Mac DM, who has just been overtaken by Karen Wynn for F1 still, as everyone within DRS range. BXTN almost dropping out. Rapid out of DRS of Awakens. Apart from that, everyone's in. Smithy's just dropped out of DRS range of his teammate. I want to try and keep each other in DRS range for now, everyone on the hards. If you have DRS on the car in front, it will be crucial for the rest of the race. DRS usage as well is crucial. Awakens almost on a full battery. Jacob leading them away as there's another swap further back, as that looks to be Karen Wynn in the wall. Karen Wynn is in the wall heading into the tunnel section, and that's going to be a VSC. That's not a full core safety car. Everyone's got to stick by the Delta. Deltas can be a little bit sketchy around any circuit on the F122 game. It looks like VSC has ended. DRS is now enabled. And as suspected, some people not within DRS range of each other. BXTN is fairly close to Toby, but can't get past him at the moment. Big snap of oversteer there for Toby as well. The back Ducati holding on as well ahead of the F1 Steel cars. F1 Steel now one car down in their quest to try and stay afloat and not be eliminated in round one and go down that trajectory. And yeah, certain drivers can race at certain times as well, so being knocked out this early on and being subject to 6 PM races for the rest, for the other 2 days, could be crucial as well. Their lineups will change accordingly between the 2 of them, and that looks to be per lap at the moment, but 7.4 seconds and growing between the 2 of them as Benny tries to go around the outside of Ducati. There's a little bit of contact between them, but he keeps his nose in there side by side. Coming into sector 3, he's in second gear. Can he get through? Can't. Smithy manages to get past, and now Webbsy's involved in this battle for P7. 4-car scrap for this position. All of these teams need it as Mad Benny Boy gets a big snap on the exit of that corner. Webbsy says thank you very much, and through he goes for GRA. So he's making a comeback after having that little bit of a spin earlier on in the session. And Smithy is holding on within DRS range of Ducati for now. He was P9, Benny was in P8. So he's managed to lose a couple of positions in one sector, but sure enough it should come back. BXGN will happily let them pass Ducati first, and then it's another 4 seconds to that battle for P5. Everyone just starting to space out a little bit. Everyone can calm down, as Smithy doesn't want to calm down. He wants to go around the outside of Webbsy, as Webbsy tried to make the move up the inside. Now on the outside, going into that right hand, so Smithy goes a little bit deeper than he maybe would have liked, and now he's right behind Webbsy. And can he get a move? He doesn't have a lot of ERS, but neither does Webbsy, and neither does Benny either. So it's actually worth from the start. Webbsy back into his starting position after that spin earlier on at turn 6 at the start of set 2. DRS now open, ERS deploying. It's not close enough to make a move. Webbsy looks to have got that move now booked in, and it's a 1.8 second margin to the next car, which is his teammate ARL Ducati. This being the closest battle on track, but 2 of these drivers have 3-second time penalties of Smithy and Benny Boy. And he gets away again for GRA, who should come out in this battle for P6. Or will Webbsy get ahead of him? Yet to see, as there's a spinner further back, but we want to see where Jacob comes out in relation to Webbsy. Webbsy around the outside, leaves the space on the inside for his teammate as well, BRT Jacob, as he goes on to the hard compound tyres. He had a 6-second margin to Rapid before he came into the pit lane, as he gets a big snap on the exit of that turn 4. Ducati looks to see if they can get past Jacob. Doesn't want to battle him though. Jacob looks to be the quicker driver. He's on cold hards though. Take maybe half a lap for those to warm up. 1.2 seconds between him and Webbsy. Interested to see if he can get DRS down that second straight on the exit of this tunnel section. Held up. These are crucial laps for him to try and undercut Rapid and Awakens to get even more of a gap. Can't get past Webbsy though. Webbsy's making it easy to get past. And now Jacob looks to get past. I don't know if that was before or after the DRS line. Mad Benny Boy gets 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane and retires. That almost seals F1 Steel's fate now. Everyone just needs to make it to the end of the race, and they will be through. Managed to pull that gap away. BXTM was sort of being dragged along. Yellow flag later on. Matt DM's retired in that tunnel section. That's a full tour safety car. A full tour safety car. And now everyone is going to get a free pit stop. Websy 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. He might be able to serve that. Smithy 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. As well as the leader didn't pick up the safety car that time round, so everyone's going 1 lap longer and being able to come into the pits. Everyone's got to be careful of the delta. They do still get a delta. And it is a safety car. GRA definitely has a very nice livery. That's the ECR one. Mostly purple, a little bit black towards the back. GRA livery purple, but a nice 50-50 between the purple and the orange, it looks like, on the back. Everyone's livery, I think, looks just slightly different. I feel like I like Jacobs more than BSTN. I think it's either like metallic or matte finish. I think that's just the difference. And F1 still is out. All 4 cars have died. F1 still is eliminated. All 4 cars are out. Now it's a race for glory. Tyres will be tight for those on the medium. When's Joker going to go? He goes on the exit at the final corner. ERA is deployed, and away we go. And looks to be a good start for one of the GRA cars on BSTN. He was battling FURL Toby down in turn 1. Speed came across to cover him off, try and give Toby the space. Go around the outside. We saw these two fairly closely matched on pace on the hards. Down towards turn 4 we go. He's rapidly go for a move on Jacob, not quite. Into turn 5 and through we go. And into a twisty, tight section of the track. Trying to get a view of all the drivers. And through into the very, very tight tunnel section we go. Rapid all over the back of Jacob. To look at the rear wing of Jacob into the hairpin. He is on hard. Everyone behind him is on medium, so mediums will likely to be good for the first 5 or so laps. Rapid looks to be trying to go for a move. He sticks his front wing up the inside of Jacob. Jacob gives him the space to work with, gets a better traction though. On the exit, those hards are rubbered in, and those mediums may still be a little bit cold. Still set to 3 we go. Everyone's going a little bit slower than maybe they used to, with Jacob at the front. Different compound of tyre, different strengths and limitations to it. And through these final couple of corners, Rapid take a lot more curve on the entry. Jacob's a little bit of DRS on the exit to try and stay ahead. And it looks to be a battle going on a little bit further back, and the top 3 are very, very close together. Top 4, maybe top 5. Webster looks to be going for a move on FURL Toby up the inside. Toby managed to hold it around the outside. And is that Rapid going for a move now on Jacob down towards turn 5. Jacob goes a little bit deep. Rapid tries the switch back to go around the outside. He's unsure if he's going to be left in space. I think he just about has, And now he's going up the inside of Jacob. Jacob holding it round the outside. Needs to be no contact here. There was a collision here in ECR. Side by side again in this third sector. And Rapid manages to get past Jacob. Brilliant move there from the ECR driver. And now we're going to see if Awaken can mimic it or if Jacob can stay within the DRS range. As he might be put under pressure now from Awaken. Awaken using his DRS, goes up the inside, goes a bit deep. Can Jacob get the switch back on him? There's a little bit of tyre rubbing into the third section. Jacob goes up the inside. He's left enough room on the inside to work with. And now we're looking at speed to see if he can get past. Make it an all ECR podium. But those mediums will start dropping off and those tyres will get better. Rapid 2 seconds ahead of Awakens, who now has a choice to make. Does he try and chase after Rapid? On those mediums, Websy now looking to get past Ducati, who lets him pass. And BHTN is closing up to speed as Jake just falls out of DRS range. That will be enabled at the end of this lap. As BHTN makes a massive mistake. Maybe a collision with Websy. Websy was very close behind. And Toby gets up to P7, Ducati P6, Websy P5, all respectively. But this group looks to be slightly ahead of Group B in terms of the racing. With him joining slightly later in the session, don't forget, he is in. And for those joining in, that looks to be speed going through a move on Jacob into turn 5. He's on the inside, Jacob on the outside. Gets left the space. Is he going to go up the inside? He is going to go up the inside. Minor contact made between the two, no damage done. And speed is through for a podium. And now, what will Jacob decide to do? Remember earlier on, Websy did not make it easy for Jacob to get past, despite Jacob being on fresher, hard tyres than what he was on at that point in time. This was before the safety car. So will Jacob make it just as difficult to let Websy go as him? Because it's unlikely he'll get to have a go back at speed until a little bit later on in this race. Making a complete change. That's why he pulled over. He's obviously made contact with the wall. And he's now going for that fastest lap of the race. It's extraordinary times. As he falls back, he was 21.7 seconds behind the leader when he came into his pit stop. This will be a good marker to see how long it takes to make a pit stop in comparison. So when he gets to turn 3, it's now 52 seconds, so what's that, 25 seconds stop time, 26 seconds stop time. That was fairly close between them. And Ducati has made a mistake, because he's now 2.3 seconds behind Websy. Toby's all over the back of him. But Websy looks to be pushing a little bit more. He's not got much ERS. Both obviously on the medium tyres. Everyone on the medium tyres. But can Websy get past speed to destroy the ECR podium? They're all for pride. But this will be a good marker to see what could happen at the following rounds. We head to Brazil next for round 2 with ECR and GRA, with F1 still, as Toby manages to get past Ducati, because Ducati's coming into the pits. Toby now into the top 5. Websy's back within DRS range of speed now with 5 laps to go, including this one. This is crazy. Has so much more grip than Toby, but he needs to see if he can maybe get past on track. But he's spun it. He spun it at the end of sector 3, which now confirms Toby the place of P5. He's put too much throttle on the exit, had a spin, and now he's lost some ground as Jacob gets 3-second time penalty for his own track limits as he's pushing as well. But with that 3-second time penalty, it's unlikely it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 for ECR unless something happens to Websy, which is very unlikely at this stage of the race because he's just chilling behind speed in DRS. One's still out of the competition. ECR and GRA will get through. And as Rapid crosses the line, he slows down and he wins in Singapore. Awakens will bring it home for an ECR 1-2, rounding the final corner and up to the line. So 1-2 for those that are now Red Bull with next season of the actual ECR calendar. Speed holds on to make an ECR 1-2-3. Websy gets P4 for GRA. Toby will come home to P5 to finish off the ECR. All 4 drivers in the top 5. BXTN comes home in P6. And then Jacob will be looking to see if he can hold on to P7. He's got a 3-second time penalty. Ducati is 2.5 behind. Has he got anything left in the tank in this final sector to try and hold on to P7? He crosses the line in P7, but Ducati will get it over the line. And there we go. That was round 1. With ECR, F1 still, and GRA. That was Group B. There's the giddy dance. Their top 3, all ECR drivers, all British as well. Rapid wins the race for Group B, for ECR as well. And what a race it was. There goes the champagne for the drivers. They look forward now to Brazil, which is tomorrow, 8 PM. And those are your results with the penalties and without them. Rapid wins ahead of Awaken. Speed in P3 to make it an ECR 1-2-3. Websy in P4 for GRA. Toby in P5 for ECR. Then it's BXTN, Ducati and BRT Jacob for GRA. And then there's the non-finishers, which are all F1 still with Matt DN30. Bad Benny Boy 09, Karen Win 7, and Smithy 666. That is all for the Group B race, and we'll see you tomorrow, 6 PM, for the eliminated drivers for F1 still, and I think it's going to be ZRL as well. They'll verse off together, and then at 8 PM it'll be ECR, GRA, URL and FS 16 car. We'll see you then.
And away we go here in Singapore. Oh, Eclipse! Eclipse is gone!
Gosh, it's TV.
They're side by side here, no way. No way they go inside.
There will say